This is the new easiest XP farm in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. It'll literally take 5 minutes to set up and will get you from level 0 to 30 in 15 seconds. This farm is so easy to build, it's only 3 by 5 blocks in size, and it doesn't require any tridents, allays, or armadillos because I know those can be hard to get. The secret to this farm is armor stands. You drop a few of these guys onto this campfire, throw an infestation potion, and once you flick the lever, so many silverfish come flooding out of this farm. If you have just 5 armor stands, you'll get 45 levels, with each new armor stand increasing how much XP you'll get from the farm. If you have 20 armor stands, you'll get from level 0 to 30 in 7 seconds, and 0 to 50 in 20 seconds. And the way the silverfish die is very simple. You just need a harming 2 arrow, it floats in this bubble column, and the silverfish are instantly killed. But don't worry, this arrow is pretty easy to make, and you can even pick it up again if you want. It's basically free. Genuinely, this is the most overpowered farm I've ever seen in the game. So with that, here's everything that you'll need to build it, and if you want to download this world, you can find a link to that down in the description. Now, right before we get into this video, if you want to know how to craft the harming 2 arrow or the infestation potion, skip to the time that you see on your screen right now. But with that, the first thing you want to do is break 3 blocks in the ground, and then 1 block to either one of the sides like that. In this 1 block, place down a dispenser right there, and then break the block behind it and place down a lever, and this is how we're going to start and stop the farm. And then take a campfire and place it down right there. Now, once you're done with that, break that block and place down a piece of soul sand in both of those spots, and then take a bucket of water and place 1 right there, and then take another bucket and place it right there. Now come inside of this dispenser, take a flint and steel and put it right there. And now this smoke is kind of bothering me, so I'm just going to temporarily put it out with a shovel. However, when we want to relight it or when we want to start the farm, you just come over here, flick this lever, and that is turned on. But for now, I'm going to keep it like that. Now, taking any type of block, except for the ones that you see on your screen right now, do not use any of these blocks. Otherwise, the silverfish are going to explode out and it's going to be a really bad time. So for me, I'm going to use glass, take 3 blocks and place them on one side, 3 blocks and place them right there, and then 1 on that end and 1 on that end, just like that. Then inside of here, take a button and place 1 down right there, take another button and place it like that. And now we need to place a final bucket of water right here in the middle. So what I'm gonna do is just temporarily grab both of those, make a nice little infinite water source, and there we go. So now I'll replace the buckets of water like that, and I'll place my 3rd bucket of water right there in the middle. And as you can see, it's kind of floating over top of this campfire, but it's not going to be flowing over here because we placed down the buttons. And something really cool about how this is set up is you can flick this lever to turn the campfire on. However, if we flick the lever again, the campfire is actually going to turn off. So you can super easily turn the farm on and off like this. Now take a temporary block and place it on either one of those 2 sides like that, with a trapdoor facing into it, and then crouch and place another trapdoor right there, and then crouch and place another one just like that. So you can now open up all of the trapdoors, but you actually want to keep these closed for now. Now from here, it's time to shoot our harming arrows and as well put down all of our armor stands. And this process is so easy, which is part of the reason I love this farm so much. All you need to do is go over top of the 2 spots where you see the bubble columns and shoot the harming 2 arrow. Shoot the harming 2 arrow and then flick up both of those trapdoors and close them again. And if you've done everything correctly, you should see that the arrow is kind of bouncing up and down in this column. Now, to place the armor stands, open up that trapdoor and then crouch and simply place it on the very top there. And it doesn't matter what direction they're facing. You can have them straight, slightly diagonal, really doesn't matter. And then close the trapdoor. And there you go. Now, as for the armor stands, I wouldn't recommend having any more than 10. If you're on a lower end device, I wouldn't even recommend more than 5 because you could definitely lag out your world, especially if you're in a server. However, I'm on a pretty good computer, and so I got all the way up to 50 armor stands. And unless your device is too slow, there honestly isn't a limit to how efficient this farm can be. So from here, what you want to do is throw an infestation potion onto these armor stands. However, do not look directly at this little stump here, because if you go to throw it, you're accidentally going to just give it to him. So what you want to do is kind of stand back and try to throw it right over top of this trapdoor right there. Throw it like that. Now, if you're not confident enough with your ability to make that throw, what you can also do instead is take another dispenser and a lever, and then actually just replace this glass block back here, if I can break it, with the dispenser facing towards them, and then take a bunch of infestation potions and throw them inside of there. and then place a lever, and you'll have to replace these guys, but then you can put that back. So now every time that you flick this lever, an infestation is going to be thrown exactly where you need it to. Although I don't really care about that, so I'm just going to keep it like this. But okay, so take your infestation potion, throw it, or use the dispenser, whatever you want, and then flick that lever. These guys are going to light on fire, and there you go. A ton of silverfish spawn. All of their XP comes out here, and if for some reason you want to stop the farm, you just flick that lever again, and you can see these guys will stop taking damage. Now, something I do want to mention is these armor stands are going to die after about 1 minute of being on the campfire. So even though you'll get a ton of XP with just one use, yeah, they're going to die. Now, this shouldn't be a problem because every time you use this farm, you're going to get like 70 or 80 levels, so you don't have to use it very often. And the armor stands are super cheap to craft. However, if you want to prevent these guys from dying, since they take 1 minute to die, after about 50 seconds of the farm running, what you can do is take a healing potion, an instant health 2 potion, throw it onto them, and there you go. They are now going to be full health and they can last for another full minute. Although to be honest, they're so cheap to craft, you really don't need to worry about this. So you now have the farm working. However, you do still need to craft that potion of harming 2, turn it into a potion of harming arrow, and you're also going to need that infestation potion, and I'm going to show you how to make all of those things right now. You do need these things for the farm to work, so I'd highly recommend watching this part of the video. So starting off with this potion of harming 2, go into your brewing stand, and you might as well use 3 water bottles, although you only really need 1. And then take a blaze powder and put it up there, and then a nether wart and put it into here to turn this into an awkward potion. Now that you've got that, take a spider eye and put it up here to turn this into a potion of poison. And the final thing we need to put into here is a fermented spider eye, which is crafted with 1 brown mushroom, 1 spider eye, and 1 piece of sugar. You take all of these, you chuck them into the crafting table, and there you go. Fermented spider eye. Take this and chuck this into a brewing stand, and you now have your instant harming potion. But like I mentioned, this has to be instant harming 2. Very important, this has to be 2, not 1, otherwise it's not gonna work. So grab a piece of glowstone and then put this up into here. That is the final step, and you now have your instant harming 2 potions. Now, the easiest way to turn these things into arrows is simply by going up to a cauldron and putting it inside of there. 1 single potion is going to turn all of your arrows, right click them, into 16 harming arrows, and you only need 2 of them, but we crafted all these, so there we go. We now have 48 arrows, and yeah, there you go. Instant harming 2. Pretty easy. Now, to craft the splash potion of infestation so we can actually use the farm, come over to a brewing stand once again and place a blaze powder up there along with 3 water bottles. I highly recommend using 3 so you'll get 3 uses of the farm. And then take a piece of nether wart and put it up here to turn these into awkward potions. Then take a piece of stone and put it up here, and that'll turn these into infestation potions. But of course, we don't want to drink these things. We want to actually throw them onto the armor stands. And so the final step is taking a piece of gunpowder, putting it into there, and you now have a splash potion of infestation. And these 3 potions could easily be over 200 XP levels. And one final thing, if you want to build this exact same farm, but instead of using harming 2 arrows, you use a trident killer, or you manually kill the silverfish, check out the video in the top right corner right now. Now, make sure to check out one of these videos on your screen right now for even more great content. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Blazed MC out.